Hello everybody, welcome to Trust Fund Tuesdays. It's Michael Clark, CEO of Culture Shock Investments here with you. And this week we're going to be talking about Treasury Bills, which is continuing off of our bond conversation from last week. We talked about U.S. savings bonds. Now, this is a more short-term instrument when we're talking about Treasury Bills, but they operate on the same face value discounted principle. So you're going to buy a T-bill, let's say $1,000 T-bill, you're going to get it at a discounted rate based on whatever interests are for that day. Interest rates change every day, as we see on a 10-year, 2-year Treasury on bond yields. So that affects all yield percentages. So right now, let's say you had a 2% interest on $1,000. That means you're going to be able to buy this T-bill for $980 because $20 is about 2% of $1,000. And that's what you're going to purchase it for today. And at maturity, whether that be the 4-week T-bill, because you have a 4-week T-bill, 8-week T-bill, 13-week, 26 and 52-week T-bill that you can choose from. Right now, the 26-week is where you're going to get around that 2% rate on your return. So in 26 weeks, you'll be able to go ahead and redeem that T-bill for the full $1,000, even though you only paid $980. Now, on a small scale, that may not sound like a lot, but once you start dealing with larger sums of money that you are going to have, because you are going to be a millionaire, you're going to see that on $1 million, let's say, that same 2% that we're getting is going to be $20,000 versus the $20 we were talking about. So now $20,000 every 26 weeks sounds pretty good on $1 million investment, just so you could, and that's a guaranteed return for you based on the interest rates that they show, because this is something that is backed by the full security of the U.S. government, which is why a lot of people that have a large sums of wealth, when the market is doing bad like it's doing right now, they'll start shifting their funds into the bond market, and it'll lower their yields, but it'll protect them from taking heavy losses. So you may only be getting 2%, 3% yields based on what the bond market is trading at on your money, but it's better than taking 20% loss like we've seen with the S&P 500 right now. Okay, so there are multiple avenues you could use. The only difference between the U.S. savings bonds I want to talk about and the T-bills is the length of time. U.S. savings bonds are typically much longer in terms, and they pay double the face value at maturity. So they have longer terms, but they're more lucrative. And these are shorter terms, but they provide you some immediate liquid that you may be able to work with depending on the level of assets that you're working with. All right, so I'll see you guys next week for some more gems, and we're going to continue this bond talk because we need it right now.